a candida sufferer for about 7 years now, and it's been a long journey and struggle and a constant battle with regards to this candida infection that I had no clue about since any time. You know, I have a Bachelor of Science degree from Ryerson University in Toronto, and always been intrigued in the science field and also in biology, and many courses in microbiology, but I never had encountered how serious this infection really is until I had it or got it. I found out that I had this infection, and it was in the sort of genital area, and it progressed in a way that wasn't causing me any sort of issues, but it was there, and I went to my family doctor, which was then referred me to a men's health specialist. Looked at it and said that, you know, just take some caniston and it's going to be okay. This is not a serious thing. He said this is harmless, it doesn't do anything, and like just follow what the doctor was saying. But I noticed that this infection never went. It would always come back. Started going downhill from there. I started always feeling tired. I started losing weight and gaining weight rapidly, and losing and gaining weight. I was always fatigued. I had dark circles around my eyes. Be able to digest food properly. I was especially the bloating and the cramping wouldn't go away. I had cramps constantly every time I ate food. I never experienced. I was always active, always, you know, going to the gym, working out. But this situation got worse and got worse quick. So I didn't know how to react. So going to the doctors and then referring me to the colonoscopy to a specialist at that time. Again, another specialist, and I just got fed up because I was tired. I was in pain throughout the day, and I was handling. I don't know. I was just staying quiet, but I was really suffering internally with lots of pain, and I didn't know what was really going on. And I just kept praying, kept trying to follow what the doctors are trying to tell me, and going to work and spending time at work, not always busy, not getting enough sleep, not getting enough rest, not getting enough, always under stress, financial burden. So it's just, I was going downhill gradually, and it's how you first come off a cliff. You usually start off at a steady rate, then eventually find yourself declining very quickly, and that's where I was reaching to that point where there was like a point of no return, because I was not able to. I would find myself like 20 minutes in the washroom and not able to use the washroom in extreme pain and in extreme discomfort, and my whole physiology, my whole body was out of whack. I'm not giving you like health advice. I'm not a healthcare practitioner. I'm not a doctor, and I don't declare myself to be a doctor. I can just give you what I did. Something like out of the ordinary. I'm not prescribing any drugs or prescribing any medication. This is something that I did, and I found was the most effective in reducing and preventing candida from growing. I feel that this disease and this epidemic is not being studied effectively and is not being given its seriousness in our society and in North America and around the world. This is a very serious problem. Candida, invasive candida, is not a joke. It's not a play. It's something that you can, like I was mentioning earlier, you can go down the hill, but once you reach that point of no return, it's going to be hard for you to get back. And that's where I'm trying to get to, is that this issue with candida and the way fungi grows, the way yeast establishes itself in its host, the way that it waits and for the proper time to attack all of a sudden throughout the whole organism, and basically devour the host. So if you got invasive candida, if you have seen signs of candida in your genitalia, in your mouth, or you're feeling signs of disorientation, of being spaced out, of forgetfulness, stop sugary, processed drinks. Candida feeds on sugar. Yeast feeds on sugar. First thing that you need to do is eliminate sugar from your diet, especially if you're at an advanced stage of candida. This is a no-brainer. You can get a cup of a baker's yeast, put sugar, and see how it grows. In relatively in a few hours, you have yeast bubbling. So the first thing what I did was, and I didn't know I had no one to tell me, but there's like sort of by process of elimination, stop sugary processed drinks. So sugary drinks that will cause candida to overflow, will feed the candida primarily, and provide you with no nutrient content, with no nutritional value for your immune system and defense system to take care of your body and fight off infection effectively. You need to stop sugary drinks. That's the first thing. The second thing, remove processed breads from diet. Now, there's a big controversy about breads and about the effectiveness, about how breads can, cause inflammation, how wheat can cause, a lot of different issues from rheumatoid arthritis to inflammation to autoimmune diseases. But in my opinion, it's not the wheat itself, it's not the grains or the oats, or it's not those that are causing, for example, inflammation or chronic diseases. It's the way that they are processed. It's the way that they are treated. It's the way that they are sprayed with chemicals to the nth degree, and they're not, those chemicals are entering our body. That's one thing, and other things as well being things, for example, chemicals like azotic carbonamide, which is used as a thickener and a chemical to blend the gluten and the bread to become to make it more elastic and have different properties to make it look maybe a little more nice. But in my opinion, any bread that you leave on the counter and doesn't rot and doesn't get molded in 2 days, 3 days, then you should eliminate this from your body. Things like that are not killing just yeast; they are killing, possibly affecting your gut flora. So, what I did. Again, no one taught me. I had to learn by elimination, and bread is the hardest thing to leave from your diet. I love bread, and again, I don't recommend people just jump off of bread. You can substitute it with other options. There's many other options to commercially processed bread. Know where your food is coming from. Know where your food is coming from. You can substitute it with spelt. Spelt is an unhybridized grain of wheat. It's whole grain. It's a whole wheat, and it's been used for over 5,000 years. There's quinoa. There's amaranth. There's different types of flour. You can use rice flour temporarily. But removing processed breads from your diet, chemically processed breads from your diet, should be on your list, especially you're suffering from candida, from my experience. The third thing is exercise, sauna, detox. Now, if you see that these three things, probably if you're in your 30s, or if you're a working adult and you have a career, you probably don't see a lot of this, especially if you have a family or you have kids. And I was going through that same scenario But this is very important to have if you're trying to fight off this infection and this epidemic. Exercise, you need to be metabolically active. When we're metabolically active, we're releasing endorphins, we're allowing the blood to flow within our body, allowing all our proper hormones, proper digestive enzymes, proper neurotransmitters to move throughout where they need to be, and to take care of our body from infection, to be able to transport white blood cells and antibodies throughout the body. We need blood to flow and circulate to the brain and to the heart and to the legs and to the extremities of the body. So exercise allows that to happen. Now, too much exercise is not a good thing either. So it should be a moderate amount of exercise, how much you can handle. Too little and too much is not good for you. Too much exercise can waste you down, can really drain your energy levels, and also can promote infection and disease in your body if you have too much exercise. So to exercise in a moderate levels. Sauna. I found this is the most effective for myself. The sauna really helped me. I used to use the sauna when I was like 17, 18, but the sauna wasn't like sort of as a therapeutic thing. I just use it because I saw other people using it, so at the gym. But I stopped for almost 12 years of using the sauna. Then recently, the last year, I used the sauna about 10 minutes a day, 10 to 12 minutes a day, sometimes 20 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes, but gradually, not right away. This helps a lot, especially for the symptoms of candida, from your fatigue, from your spacing out, or from your gaps in thought, or fogginess, from your weakness, and also sauna will help stimulate the digestive system to work properly. So I found this helps a lot. Sweating in a sauna helps a lot if you have candida. And the last one is detox. So you can go to your naturopathic doctor, you can go to your regular doctor and talk about detox methods, how to detox your liver, how to detox your kidneys, to detox your blood through natural means. So this is something you can talk to a healthcare professional. But these three are like a very strong and effective combination to regain your energy levels, to regain your spiritual strength, to regain your physical strength, to regain your mental strength. All of those three things are solidly important. And number 4, we'll be talking about sleep. So I guess you tell me, when was the last time you had a good 8 hours of sleep? When was the last time you had a good 7 hours of sleep? When was the last time you had a good 6 hours of sleep? I know, it's 5.5 hours, 6 hours, if you're lucky. And some people I know that they don't sleep more than 4 hours. They can't afford to. That is a serious issue if you have candida. If you're infected with candida, you need to look your life, because if you're not getting your 8 hours of sleep, there's something wrong with your life. There's something wrong that you need to address and you need to fix. If you can't get 8 hours of sleep during the night, you need to find time during the day to get the proper sleep. Sleeping is not something that you need a doctor to tell you. Okay, this is sleep. It's something that is necessity. It's necessary for your body. It's necessary for your mind and soul, but it's necessary for also fighting off infection. So sleeping is not a bad thing. Oversleeping is not a good thing. Undersleeping is a worse thing, because if your body is compromised and your body is under attack and you can't effectively fight it through rebuilding of your white blood system, rebuilding of your red blood cells, rebuilding of your muscle tissue and your whole body, there's going to be a tough road in front of you. You're going to gradually decline. I've seen that with so many people, gradually declining day after day because they're not getting enough sleep. And I see that in myself, I see that in my family, if we don't get enough sleep, we're agitated, we're angry, we're frustrated, we're tired. And it takes away a lot of your libido and positive outlook in life. But sleep, you have to get 8 hours of sleep. If you're going to have this infection, if this infection is taking over your life at the time being, you have to get your sleep to fight back. Sleeping will fight your candida. Sleeping properly, 8 hours of sleep, will fight off your candida. Thing that you should do if you have infectious or invasive candida is to drink water. And what I mean by water, there's two ways that I found very effective, and you probably have guessed already, it's not tap water. Not tap water. Drink water, what I found effective was drinking distilled water. Very, very, very effective. Very, very, very effective for my digestion, for hydration, for cleansing the kidneys. I found that really helped me to use the washer more frequently and wash away through the flushing of the kidneys. That helped me a lot, drinking water and distilled water. And then you can also have an option of mineralized or mineralized filtered water. Why I don't say tap water? Your body is already compromised by a microorganism which is trying to wreak havoc over your body. The microorganism is not unicellular. It's not like a bacteria. People think, okay, well, I've had food poisoning before, but candida is not food poisoning. Invasive candida is not food poisoning. Invasive candida is not your salmonella or E. coli that you just get food poisoning and then you come back 2-3 days or a week, you recuperate, and then you're back in healthy normal. Candida doesn't work like that. Candida is from the family of fungi, so it's multicellular. They form extensive networking between the cells in different parts of the organism. So they take over the host gradually. It's not something that happens overnight. It'll take over the host gradually and systematically. It will enter into the blood. It will go into certain hiding spots within the body, in the hindbrain, in parts of the body, from the legs to the knees to the back. It has parts where it can sort of evade or run away from your immune system. So it knows what it's been doing because Candida has been doing this for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. It's not like something that just happened, and it's not working on its own like bacteria does. It's working in concerta. And when, for example, when bacteria does work on its together is when it's as a biofilm. So if you know some microbiological studies, like biofilms are very destructive, very dangerous, because they're working as a group together. Candida is working as a group. It's not working on its own. It's spreading throughout and forming a network of yeast and invasive yeast cells that work together to wreak havoc on the host, to weaken the immune system, to collapse the immune system, to release toxins constantly to the blood, to suppress the immune system, from formaldehyde to various chemicals, to even methanol, through its fermentation process of sugars. So we have to be aware of that. This situation is not a joke. It's not a play. It's not your common sort of cold. It's not something that we can just look at it as a joke, or not take it serious or underestimate it. This is something that is seriously there. It's everywhere, and unfortunately our government, unfortunately our health officials are not coming out. I think, in my opinion, candida, invasive yeast infections of candida albicans is more serious than your Ebola, is more serious than cancer. And maybe it could be one of the root causes of cancer. In the way that it proliferates through the body systematically and how you can compare it to cancerous cells, they have a lot to be shared in common. So these are the things that I think are number five, the 5 things. There's more, for sure. There's many things that you can add to this. I'm just doing this because of the video, and I want to get this out to people so that I've been trying to get out to doing some more videos about my candida experience and how I'm trying to fight back with this. And there's many different people out there with the same situation. I've been talking with many people, but mine came out really strong. And once I addressed it, I saw results almost instantaneously when I addressed it properly. These are the 5 things that I think were the main ones. I know we didn't talk about probiotics, and I didn't talk about one main thing, which was the sodium bicarbonate, which was, I think I'm going to make a separate video on that, about the effectiveness in treatment that I used for myself, what I treated myself with sodium bicarbonate, and what the results I seen from using sodium bicarbonate. But I didn't talk about probiotics or sodium bicarbonate, but probiotics, both of those should be at the top of the list. These 5 I used. I think, in my opinion, try your at least 1 or 2 of these if you could. But again, it's like things like sleep. You don't need a doctor to come and say, "Oh, hey, get your sleep." This is a natural thing. It's natural calling everybody go to get sleep. Exercise, using the sauna. This is something I don't think you need a specialist to come and tell you, "Hey, you need to exercise." This is something that naturally we're inclined to do. So I find that these are 5 things, and I hope this video has helped you to understand more about there is ways to fight off candida. There is ways to regain your health, fight back, regain strength, regain a spiritual strength and mental strength to overcome these challenges of candida. Thank you very much, and I'll be posting more videos soon.